and I trust that the program will be interesting to you, and you'll be blessed by it. And I would like you to share the link to all your contacts on across social media platforms. All right, so just share the link on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, your WhatsApp status, your Facebook story, your Twitter fleet. Share the link across board, please. And I trust that both you and those who will come across the program will be blessed. All right. I hope you have been following, or yes, following the program. If you've not listened to, we've done like 4 episodes already. If you've not listened to the previous episodes, please just go back and binge watch, because somehow the next episode, so far the subsequent episodes are in a way linked to previous episodes. So ensure you go back to binge watch. All right. And I hope and I trust that you'll be blessed. All right, today we are looking at the love tests. The previous week we looked at love at first fight. Yes, love at first fight. So today we are looking at the love tests. How do I know this person love me? How do I know this person love me? How do I know what this person has for me is love, actually, not just that the person lusts after me or wants to sleep with me? That's what we are looking at today. And I hinted on the tests the previous week, but I think we are going to go more elaborate today. Okay, so we are looking at the First Corinthians 13 test. The First Corinthians 13 test. That is the first test of love that we'll be looking at today. So it means we are taking our cue from First Corinthians. This is not a church program, but of course, you see, love is personified by God. So there is no better person we can learn love from but God. And God has communicated to us everything he has to say through his word. So that's why we are looking at the word of God. So First Corinthians chapter 13. First Corinthians 13. Let's look at it. So, like I said, the love tests is what we are looking at today, and particularly we are considering right now the First Corinthians 13 test. Okay, it says, though I speak with tongues of men and of angels and have not charity — charity is the word for love there — and have not charity, I am become as a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing. 3. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. So it means one can be doing things for you and not really love you. As we will see subsequently, giving is one of the tests of love. So the giving test is there. But you can see verse 3 of First Corinthians 13 has established for us that the giving test is not conclusive. The giving test is not, how do I put it? It's not an impregnable test, as it were. The giving test can be rebutted. Are you getting the point? So you see some ladies judge the love of a man by how much he spends on them. They say if he loves you, he must be buying something for you, he must be giving you money. You, the lady that is not giving the man money, would you agree with me that you are invariably telling us by your own kerugma that you do not love him, since you don't give him something? I mean, if he's giving you something, is proof to you that he loves you, is conclusive proof to you that he loves you. If you are concluding that he does not love you because he doesn't buy you expensive things, he doesn't take you out on vacations, he doesn't do the things you see some girls say their guys do for them, he doesn't do those things for you. So on the basis of that, you are concluding that he doesn't love you. So I'm asking you, you that does not do anything for him, would you agree with me that you are, by your own philosophy, you are invariably telling us that you do not love him? That's what you're saying. Well, this is an aside, it's not the focus for today, but I just paused to address First Corinthians chapter 13 verse 3, which establishes the fact that one may be giving you heaven and earth but does not love you. So giving is not conclusive proof of love, but love cannot be said to be genuine if there is no giving. Are you getting what I'm saying? Giving is not conclusive proof of love, but love cannot be said to be genuine if there is no giving. For God so loved the world that he gave. But the fact that someone is giving to you per se does not necessarily establish conclusively, irrebutably, that the person loves you. I hope you get that point, but that's not the focus today. It will be probably the next thing we'll treat. We are still talking about the 1 Corinthians 13 test of love. So we'll proceed. Verse 4, charity suffereth long. Okay, so the test has started reading out itself. So anywhere you see charity, it's talking about love. Okay, so charity suffereth long and is kind. So love suffers long and is kind. So that person loves you, you should ask yourself, does this person suffer long with me? Suffering long is long suffering. It means patience. I mean, patience that is mature, stretched patience. Patience in itself, then that is stretched. So, is this person patient with me? To me, say, love suffereth long and is kind. Is this person patient to me? Is this person kind to me? So you can see in the 1 Corinthians 13 test, we have the patience test, we have the kindness test. So the simplest way to know whether this person loves you or not is this. If, for instance, the name of the person in question is, let me use a guy, is Emeka, or let's say Victor, since that's my name. If the person in question is Victor, right, and as a lady you want to know whether or not Victor truly loves you, I mean, it applies both ways, so it's not peculiar to any gender, but I'm using my name. So as a lady, you want to know whether Victor truly loves you, that guy called Victor, whether he truly loves you. Just substitute the word love with his name. Anywhere you see his name, I mean, anywhere you see love in 1 Corinthians 13 or charity, replace it with his name. So we go from verse 4. Victor suffered long and is kind. So after reading that, to your ears, does it sound like truth or lie? Does it sound like truth or a lie? If it sounds like truth, then the person loves you. If it sounds like a lie, the person does not love you. But again, one sub test in the 1 Corinthians 13 test is not enough, because there are a number of them. So the fact that the person scored 0 in one of the numerous 1 Corinthians 13 tests is not enough to round off the person or to write off the person as not loving you. I hope you get the point. Because even in school, I mean, you don't need to have 100% to pass. If you score 70%, you are still an A student. If you score 60, you are still a B student, which is also good. All right, so the fact that the person failed one of the sub tests of the 1 Corinthians 13 pack does not mean the person does not love you. The important is that the person should pass most of the tests, not necessarily all, because really nobody is perfect. I mean, it's possible for someone to pass all, but nobody is perfect. So which means we should also make room for humanity, the imperfection that is natural to humanity, in case the person does not make 100%. Are you following the point? So let's go with the tests. So like I said, the substitution principle, substitute charity or love with the person's name. Okay, so let's go. Victor suffers long and is kind. So when you read that, does that sound like truth in your ear or a lie concerning that person? The next thing, so the love, the patience test or the long suffering test, the long suffering test, the kindness test. Okay, charity envieth not, charity vaunted not itself, charity is not puffed up. So the lack of jealousy test, the lack of jealousy test, is this person insecure about me or around me? Is this person always jealous? I mean, he wants to check my phone every time to see who is calling me, who I'm chatting with, what is the content of the chat. She wants to, the moment my phone rings, she wants to see who is calling me, like she's monitoring me. If I'm talking with someone of the opposite gender, she becomes overly suspicious and becomes even confrontational and paranoid about it. No, that is a jealousy test. Yes, there is some reasonable jealousy that is required in a genuine love relationship. I mean, if you love someone, you'll be jealous about the person in a healthy way. I mean, jealous to the extent that you want the person. All right, you don't want someone to take the person from you. That's a healthy jealousy. I mean, if your partner is not jealous about you, or is not protective about you, is not conscious about not losing you, then you are on your own. It's an Oyo case, whether it's Oyo State or Ibadan. That's your is You are on your own. There is that reasonable element of jealousy. Even God says, I, the Lord your God, I am a jealous God. That's why he said, you shall have no other God before me. But his jealousy is to the extent of having a relationship with us. That's all. Not about controlling us, monitoring us everywhere. All right, so we have read charity envieth not, that is Victor envies not, does not envy. So the lack of envy test, the absence of envy test. All right, then he said charity vaunted not itself, does not puff up, or is not puffed up. So the humility test, remember we've looked at the long suffering test, the kindness test, the jealousy test. Though the jealousy test operates in the negative, that is absence of jealousy. The humility test, all right, now it says charity does not behave himself unseemly, is the proper conduct test, good behavior test. I mean, someone cannot claim to love you and is badly behaved towards you or around you. In fact, if you love somebody, there is a way you shouldn't even behave around the person. Even if you have a bad behavior, there is a way you shouldn't behave around that person because of that person. All right, so the behavior test. Then seeketh not her own, the selflessness test. Victor seeketh not his own, the selflessness test. Is this person all about himself or herself? Is this person all about me, myself and I? Is this person the kind of person that gets all she cans all she gets, sits on the can and watches over the can? Is it that kind of person? If it's that kind of person, zero. The way that man says it on Instagram, whenever some dangerous things happen to people, you say, I don't know how to whistle the thing. So the selflessness test. All right, so where are we now? Seeketh not our, is not easily provoked, so the good temper test, the test of being temperate, the good temper test. So someone says he or she loves you and the person easily gets livid around you, the person easily goes into angry outbursts around you or to you even, that person does not love you. Have you noticed that if you truly love somebody, you don't want to shout at the person, you want to pamper the person. I'm not saying there is no place you rebuke the person. After all, our parents rebuked us, even flogged us when necessary. But if you beat us or if you want to harm us in their presence, they are ready to die for us, the same us that they beat. So I'm not saying you shouldn't correct someone you love, but angry outbursts, that's out of it. It means the person does not really love you. Are you at all? So the good temper test, that is another one. Okay, where are we? Is not easily provoked, thinketh not evil. The purity of heart test, no evil test. We've heard stories about people who use their girlfriends for money rituals. Evil thoughts. How can you love somebody and you're thinking evil thoughts against them? Let's even say you want to do rituals, which is very bad, but you even want to do it. Why should it be that person you claim that you love? So you can see you never love the person. All right, so the next test is thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity. That is the empathy test. The empathy test. This person feels with you, not just for you. The person is not happy when things do not work out for you. The person is not happy when or if trouble comes to you. The person is not happy. The person does not rejoice at quote and unquote what people will call your downfall, but you will not have any downfall in Jesus' name. No, the person does not rejoice at any of those things. So that's the empathy test. The person not only feels for you but feels with you what you feel. All right, but rejoiceth in the truth. rejoiceth in the truth. So the truthfulness test, in other words, the sincerity test. Someone cannot claim to love you and is always lying to you, has a side chick. When you came close to catching them, he says that she is his sister, and she too just adjust, cooperate, and they become brothers and sisters for the few minutes you are around. No, that those lying up and down. Someone cannot love you and be lying to you. As a teenager, then not a teenager, I was past teenage, but as a young man, there was this girl, we were always in or often in communication, and she told me something. She said, don't you know that we ladies, we like being lied to, and we enjoy it even when we know it's not true. I will never forget that. I can't imagine how someone will know that you're lying to him or her and will enjoy it. I can't. Even self delusion does not compare to that. Well, that's some form of self delusion. How can you know that someone is lying to you and you're enjoying it? When some of us, if we find out that you are lying to us, that may be the end. And even if we relate with you, it will just be for the sake of godly love, not because we will ever trust you. But someone is saying we enjoy it when guys lie to us. So anybody that lies to you does not love you. He cheats on you. You see, everybody that cheats lies, because it is lying that will cover cheating. So if he cheats on you, he does not love you, because if he's cheating on you, he's lying on you, and he's lying to you rather. And of course, anybody who is lying to you is lying on you actually. Yes. Why will you lie to me? It means you're lying on me, lying on my head. You are using my head, God forbid. So the sincerity test, all right, the truthfulness test otherwise. Another test is beareth all things. Beareth all things, forbearance, the forbearance test. This generation, you hear stories like these people got married 1 week ago, some 1 day ago, just yesterday. Today they are separated. They had a serious fight. Why? This person found out something, maybe on their wedding night they go to, this person found out on this person's phone that this person was cheating on him before they got married. Or the toothpaste, take it from the middle, no, from the top, leave me alone. Fight starts. I'm done. You see, maybe it's the indomie they used to give to us when we were small. Indomie is called fast food. This fast food generation, they just want a quick fix to everything, if the fastness to everything. So a marriage that just started, because of that in a hurry mentality, or in a hurry reality that this generation was born into, they also want a marriage to take shape in a hurry. No, it doesn't happen like that. Any marriage you see that is lasting and that is flourishing, lasting and flourishing, has a lot of forbearances to do. Forbearance means to bear something, to overlook something. Yes, I'm not saying you must overlook everything. I mean, there are things that you should either talk to the person. Yes, talk to the person, and where the person is not listening, you talk to the authority figure in the person's life, to call the person to order, or to help you talk to the person, or you call people that the person respects. Yes, but there are some things you don't need to talk about. You just ignore them, or you endure them. Somebody said marriage is not meant to be we in the name of rhyme, people say a lot of nonsense that destroy other people. Say marriage is to be enjoyed, not to be endured. It is not. That is not true. That's just, it's just a rhyming scheme for apprentice preachers. When a preacher is using rhyme, if it is rhymes, God has given me that grace, such that if care is not taken, I should have been the one that should go by the name Busta Rhymes, not that American rapper. But you see, it's not true. Marriage is to be enjoyed, not to be endured. It's not true. Every thriving marriage is both enjoyed and endured. You are not necessarily enduring the person or the marriage, you are enduring the shortcomings of the person. So there is both enjoyment and endurance in marriage. Marriage is both enjoyed and endured. Otherwise it will end. If in marriage, if you don endure, it will end. Every marriage will end where the parties do not endure. So you need to add that ure. If you remove it, it is end, and that's what happens to that marriage. So the forbearance test, alright, beareth all things, believeth all things, believeth all things. That is a trust test. Trust test. Your partner tells you this, you believe your partner, you give your partner the benefit of the doubt. Yes, you don't have to be suspicious about everything. You don't have to probe everything. If this person has proven over time to be somebody of character, to a sincere person, when the person tells you something, take it like you're taking a check to the bank until the person's character begins to say otherwise. Are you following what I'm saying? Okay, believeth all things. Yes, the next one is hopeth all things. So love rather is expectant, sees the best to come, looks forward to the big picture. So if someone loves you, the person will be hoping for the best, not expecting the worst in you, from you, or about you. The person will be hoping for the best. Love, genuine love, is forward looking to a better future. Say I hear you. All right, so the hope test, endureth all things. We've talked about it, in form of long suffering, and I just talked about it when I said marriage is meant to both, or marriage is both, not necessarily meant to, but marriage is both endured and both enjoyed and endured. I said it earlier, and it has been expressly stated there, endureth all things. So the endurance test is a component of the 1 Corinthians 13 test. Charity never faileth. That is, you see, genuine love is trustworthy. Genuine love is trustworthy. Genuine love is trustworthy. That's the simplest way I can explain it. If this person is not somebody that you can beat your hand on your chest and say, no, this person is trustworthy, the person does not love you. If the person really loves you, even if to other people is not so trustworthy, to you he will be trustworthy, because he will do everything not to lose your trust. He will not want to conduct him or herself in a way that will make him lose your trust. So the person must be trustworthy to pass the love test. Are you getting what I'm saying? Charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. All right. So another thing to add to this never faileth thing, love never faileth thing, or Victor never faileth thing, is the fact that genuine love is not a fair weather thing. It is an all weather thing. Are you getting the point at all? Genuine love is not a fair weather thing. It is an all weather thing. That's why it does not fail. But you see, fair weather love, it will fade when the fair weather is gone. Money love, it will fade when the money finishes. Beauty love, if the person has an accident or begins to age, it will fade. But you see, genuine love does not fade. It lasts. Why? Because it is not propelled by feelings. It is not also propelled by fair weather. It is an all weather thing. Somebody say here. I believe you've been blessed, and I believe you are inspired. So we will wrap it up here. So we did the 1 Corinthians 13 test. All right, that's one of the tests of love, to know if someone really loves you or not. So in the 1 Corinthians 13 test, we have I'm not in no particular order, and I'm sure I may not be able to mention all of them, but let me just, the kindness test, the long suffering test, the endurance test, the trust test, the truth test, loving truth. You see, these things, they all make up the 1 Corinthians test. So go back to 1 Corinthians on your own, If you want to know whether anybody truly loves you, just replace charity or love in 1 Corinthians 13 with that person's name. Similarly, if you want to know whether you love somebody genuinely, do the same practice. Go to 1 Corinthians 13. Everywhere you see love or charity, replace it with your name, and then have that person in mind as you are doing that puzzle. You will be able to tell whether really you love that person or not. If we all practice this test, nobody will fall into the wrong hands. If we all practice this test and abide by it, nobody will fall into the wrong hands in the name of trying to love somebody or loving somebody or relationship. Well, we'll wrap it up here. I trust you are blessed. And before I sign out, I'd like to invite you to the Sunday Fellowship tomorrow, 9:30 and 4:30 p.m. rather, 4:30 p.m. Nigerian time tomorrow. Okay, 24th rather, November 2024. It promises to be inspiring. We are dealing with the subject of charis. Charis is the doctrine of grace. So I look forward to your connecting with us. 4:30 p.m. Nigerian time tomorrow. It will be broadcast on our Facebook page, Victor Okudiri. Victor Okudiri. Okudiri is OKWDIRI. It will also be broadcast on our Telegram page. Our Telegram channel is Impact Global. Impact Global. So, you know, just connect either through Facebook or through Telegram. The word coming tomorrow promises to be revelatory and impactful, and I trust that your life will not be the same after the word tomorrow. All right, concerning the matters of the heart, please feel free to send your questions. I'm ready to answer the questions. Very, very ready. Very ready. I'm ready to answer the questions. All right, so send in your questions and then you get the answer. Send the questions to victorokudiri@gmail.com. victorokudiri@gmail.com. Okudiri is spelled OKWDIRI. All right, until I come your way, 8:30 p.m. next week Saturday, and probably tomorrow at the Sunday Fellowship. Have a blessed weekend. Bye.